dead from the sound rules that I pound you. I'm not stalking, catching bitches walking after dark and park. In that corner, if they don't, they can't go for help because I took their phone. Using up minutes, music on my homies.
Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I will be reviewing chapter 189 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Kind of obvious spoiler warning for, I guess, every chapter up until now. You should, I guess, really only be watching this video if you're caught up with JJK. This chapter was 19 pages long. It was a really quick read actually, and it really only involves Kashimo and Hikari. Their fight isn't over yet. Even by the end of the chapter, it's still not over. I know some people have been like complaining. I think some people have been complaining about the length of this fight, but honestly, they can extend it as much as they want to. Gege Akutami, you could just keep it going because I've been totally invested. Hikari's domain is fucking crazy. It's really good. It's probably my favorite domain that we've seen so far. It's really fun. I know people don't like that it's complicated, whatever. Honestly, I don't even try to analyze it. I just go with the flow and I have insane amounts of fun with it. It's a really, really fun domain. So he basically uses, I think it's called Idle Death Gamble, and his domain is like a gacha game, basically, like a gambling game, and if he gets a jackpot when certain romantic situations happen in the game, he gets a major upgrade. Like he can become unkillable for 4 minutes, or he can get unlimited not unlimited curse energy, but he can use his reverse curse technique, which is a really good thing. I don't know, JJK confuses me a lot. I just go with the flow and have fun. So basically this chapter starts off with Hikari and Kashimo still fighting, and Hikari right now is unkillable because he got the jackpot at Idle Death Gamble. So the theme song of the romance game that his domain is based off of is playing, and until the end of it, which it's about 4 minutes and I think 11 seconds, he can't be killed. So Kashimo's stressing out because of that, but it's almost done. So we get a little drama. So before I forget to mention it, like I did last time on my last video, the Redragon Chapter 2 review, I'd like to just mention the songs I listened to because I think it's interesting, and you know, maybe you could find a new song that you like. So I listened to Nada es Igual by Luis Miguel. It is a Spanish song. And I also listened to Garden Shed by Tyler, who is my favorite artist. Let's get back to the summary. So this chapter takes place at a pier. So there's a lot of water flowing everywhere. I'm not just saying that to add filler. It's very important to Hikari's abilities because he does manipulate electricity and stuff like that. And it kind of comes into play a little bit later in the chapter. So Kashimo splashes into the water and he manipulates some cursed spirits in the water and floats with them and kind of uses them to attack Hikari. It doesn't work because Hikari is awesome, and that fighting goes on a little bit, and this is where the water sort of ties in. So Kashimo is underwater, and it was a big explanation. I don't really understand it. I'm gonna tell you that that's my ability. Basically, Kashimo manipulated the chlorine in the water with his abilities to make chlorine gas, which would blow up Hikari's head in one go. Because while he's unkillable, Hikari's going to try to wait for the end of the song and then kill him in one blow, so that he won't be able to open up his domain expansion. So he tries it. Seems to go smoothly at first for him. I'm like, I really thought Hikari was going to die there, not going to lie. But Hikari is built different in literally every single way, and he finds a way. I can't explain it very well, but damn it, he finds a way. He survives the hit, and he punches the ever-living shit out of Kashimo for it. Hikari lands some really damn good hits on Kashimo, and that sort of concludes the chapter. I tried to summarize it in a not really short way, but honestly I couldn't. It's a very kind of straightforward chapter. I did kind of have a complaint though. I felt like the chapter was a little bit more explainy-y than it was doing stuff-y. Because a lot of it was Kashimo planning his next move, explaining what he's going to do. I didn't get it. I just waited to see it play out. And Hikari using brute force because, you know, that's Hikari's method. I did like this chapter. I will say it's a good chapter. Pretty much every chapter I've ever read of JJK has been good. JJK is already one of my favorite mangas of all time. It's really, really good. So I've never really been disappointed, but I do think last week's chapter was better. I think the fight was a bit more interesting in that chapter. But on a brighter note, I think next week's chapter will be better. I think it's going to be a lot more action-packed. And I do sort of feel the finality. I do feel like we are coming close to the end. And my personal theory is that I don't think both of them... It is the culling game for a reason. Someone's going to die, basically. Someone is going to die by the end of this fight, I think. And I don't think it's going to be Hikari. I do think Kashimo is going to end up dying to Hikari. Overall, this Kashimo and Hikari fight has been really, really satisfying because I feel like, personally, Hikari and Kashimo have been some of the strongest sort of opponents we've seen to date. And not to date, definitely not to date, but in recent times in JJK. I mean, Yuta is crazy, but I mean, like, other than that, I feel like they're on an upper echelon. I mean, Hikari is damn good. I know I'm praising him a lot this video, but he's going up in ranks of my favorite character. He's really badass. Just like Hikari said from fighting his last opponent, he says he has manga brain. Me too. I think I also have manga brain Hikari, or maybe I'm being too full of myself, but I don't know. One thing I will say about Hikari is that I feel like the third years as a whole were very hyped up, especially in the beginning of JJK. So throughout JJK, they've sort of been hyped up, and I think Hikari has lived up to the hype. He's really sick. I think he lived up to the hype. But I will say I wasn't too impressed at first when it was Yuji, Panda, and Fushiguro. They first met Hikari at that, like, fighting place. I wasn't too impressed with him. He was okay, a little bit boring. And I remember he kept talking about gambling, and I thought it was metaphorical. I thought he was, like, I don't know, it meant something or something. Or he just liked actual gambling. But no, it had to do with his amazing domain. Since we're already on the topic of JJK, more specifically the culling games, I just wanted to kind of answer the question of what my favorite fight during the culling games has been. And so far, it has been Reggie versus Fushiguro for me. I thought that fight was really intense the whole time. And I remember he stabbed the demon dog. That was insane. And they're fighting in that pool area. That got really intense. The comedian was there, who I love. The comedian needs to come back in the further chapters. I really, really hope they bring him back because he's awesome. And the fight was very no holds barred. Fushiguro showed he knows what to do in that one. It was a great fight. That's pretty much it for my chapter summary / review for 189. I'm really hyped for chapter 190. I love JJK. Hopefully I'll be making more content on it soon, or just in general on this channel. And before I forget to mention, here is my little Gojo figure that was in the intro. I gave him a little mask. He does not come like that. Thought it would be cute if we matched for a little bit. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.